What's going on, everyone? Thomas Harrington here today, and I'm going to be making a quick video about 5 things to consider before you sell your Edmonton property. These are just things to think about as we get to the end of 2021 here and move into 2022. Number 1 is to think about, where are you going next? Are you moving in town, out of town, upsizing, downsizing? It's important to understand or to think about where you're going next. You know, we've had a great year in Edmonton, and frankly, we've set a lot of records as a market. So, you may be thinking, seeing some of the prices in your area, hearing what some of your neighbors sold for, and thinking it may be a good time to sell. Well, I would actually recommend that you consider what you're doing next, and whether you're buying or renting or wherever you're going next, just have that plan in place. Reason for this is your home can sell fast, and it's simply good to be prepared, but also markets are relative. So if you're selling in a seller's market, you're probably buying in a seller's market as well. All real estate is relative, and there may not be as much of a net gain either. Part 2 of this point is to have a good plan B in case your home sells too quick, which is frankly a great problem to have, but is a bit more realistic and a plausibility in this market. I actually wrote an article, which I'll link to below, about where you can stay if your home sells too fast. So there's a few options out there for kind of temporary and intermittent housing in between your 2 moves if you can't find the right home to buy next. Moving twice sucks, but you know what? Have your bases covered and have a great plan B just in case. Number 2 is, what type of market are you in? So as I said, Edmonton's had a really great year, and it's important to understand whether you're in a seller's, balanced, or buyer's market. Now, the leading indicator of this, and this is a bit of a weird calculation, and it's a bit of a macro item, but it's months of inventory. So currently, right now in Edmonton, we're sitting around 3 months of inventory. So what this means is, hypothetically, if no more homes were listed from today onward, how long would it take for the city to sell out of listings? Right now in Edmonton, it's about 3 months. Just for reference, anything 3 months and under is a seller's market, 4 or 5 months is a balanced market, and 6 months is a buyer's market. Essentially, this is a market's listing absorption rate, and it's just a good indicator of how quickly and how well things sell. Now, like anything where it's a macro picture, one thing I say is, all things in real estate, all real estate is local. So just because Edmonton's a seller's market, we actually have certain segments of the market that are very hot seller's markets, certain segments that are arguably balanced, and certain segments that are a bit more challenging and very much buyer's markets. So it really depends on what type of property you have. Simply put, the solution to this is to reach out to Realtor and get a free home valuation so you can get a better picture of where your property sits in the market and what it's worth today. The third thing to consider is, how are you going to transform your property for the market? Plain and simple, we're in the game of emotions. I like to say we're selling home with a capital H. We're kind of selling a feeling when it comes to selling your listing, and for the buyer to feel at home, right? So it's probably time to get started on repairs, renovations, fixes, etc. that you've been wanting to do or know your home needs. And also, time to put away the family photos, declutter, depersonalize. And most importantly, I would argue, consider staging. Now, staging doesn't always cost thousands and thousands of dollars. In fact, a good staging consultation can be all you need, where that stager uses your existing furniture and kind of just rearranges it to better show off the spaces in your home and its use and functionality. The fourth thing to consider is your pre-listing preparation. This kind of ties into the last point, but basically you want to make sure your home's ready to go for the market. Ultimately, the goal here for us is to attract the A+, AAA quality prime buyer for your home. The person who's going to give you the price you want, the possession date you want, the terms, etc. A great way to do this is to do a pre-listing inspection. There's going to be a lot of maintenance items on your home that you're simply not aware of. There's a lot of kind of, frankly, devil in the details items when it comes to a home inspection that most people don't check every day when it comes to home maintenance. So essentially, the way to get a leg up on this, the way to get ahead of things, is to do a pre-property inspection. The buyer will still probably get their own inspection, but we can show them the one we've done and show them that we're aware of any issues and they know what they're getting themselves into. More importantly, if there's a few minor items that need to be fixed, you can, again, get a leg up and get ahead of these and make these maintenance repairs. If you don't do a pre-listing home inspection, that's okay. It's not super common, but I do encourage clients to do it because more than likely the buyer's going to have a request for repairs after they've completed their inspection. So if you don't want to do a pre-listing inspection, that's fine, but I do advise budgeting anywhere from $500 to $1,500 just for inspection related repairs and maintenance items. And number 5, choose the realtor you're going to work with. There's a lot of advice out there on the internet about certain questions you can ask your realtor. I'd say ask them some of their numbers and stats in terms of their listing to sales, list price to sales ratios, but those numbers aren't always super accurate. So it's important to consider, what kind of value are you getting for your money? What kind of services and marketing is included as well? And I would also recommend you hire someone where real estate is their full-time job. And it's what they're passionate about, is what they do full-time. And most importantly, they're dedicating all their efforts and energy and resources to selling your home. So that's about it. Short one for you guys today. That's the 5 things you need to consider if you're thinking about selling your home in Edmonton in the next year. Again, I'm Thomas Harrington with REVERE. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about the home selling process, or if you're curious what our low commission home selling plans can do for you when you sell your home, don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can find me at thomasharrington.ca, or you can call or text me at 780-918-8036. Thanks for watching. Talk soon.